In today's video, I want to take you guys through a brand new PlayStation Store flash sale that just went live. On top of that, if you're excited for the Final Fantasy VII Remake, you'll want to know that Square Enix is giving out a batch of free themes, and you got to do a couple of different things to get each free theme. We'll go over that, and they gave you a couple of previews on each of the themes. We'll take a look at all of that, and also Platinum Games, a studio that I am very fond of, and you guys are hoping that they're doing a new Nier title. Whatever you guys are hoping they're doing, they have a lot of IPs under their belt. However, they want to do their own stuff. They want to create some first-party games. They typically work with other studios such as a Nintendo, a Square Enix to bring out games, but now they are also developing an in-house Platinum engine, and we'll take a look at all of the details regarding that because that is some exciting news. But first up, want to take a look at the quick flash sale that the PlayStation Store is running. This isn't quite as colossal as some of the other sales the PlayStation Store has been running, rather small in size. However, some pretty good games have been discounted. I don't know how they selected what games are discounted because these are like a random batch of games, but nonetheless, you've got the Spyro Reignited Trilogy. That is 50% off for $19.99. On top of that, you've got the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. That is 50% off for $19.99. Both of those are really good deals. I personally am more so partial towards the Spyro Reignited Trilogy, so if you had to pick one, that would be my recommendation. But let me add to the fact that when deciding between the two trilogies, they're both really good. However, it really comes down to which one has the edge is probably going to be dictated on which one you have more nostalgia for. Personally speaking, growing up, Spyro was more my kind of game. I never got that into Crash Bandicoot, so when I played Insane Trilogy, I really enjoyed it, but I had to assess it as a new platformer that I didn't have any fond memories of. With Spyro, the story is completely different. Let me also offer you the fact that Spyro seemingly does have more of a remake feel to it. I feel like the visual improvements they made in that game are a little bit better. Look, we're pulling hairs and we're scratching claws or whatever the case may be. Both of them are really good. 50% off for $19.99 on each of them are both really good pickups. If you had to pick one again, I would go with Spyro, but Crash is really good as well. Far Cry New Dawn is 60% off for $15.99. Even at this price, guys, I don't even know if I would recommend it. Far Cry New Dawn's not a bad game, but it's been, what, 14 months since the game came out? 13 months? And it's just an extension of Far Cry 5. Is it pretty good? Yeah, but $16 is still kind of pricey. You guys know me, I'm a little cheap. If it was south of $10, I think it would be a rather good buy. At $16, still think it's a little bit pricey, but that's on sale as well. NBA 2K20 is down to $19.79. Have heard some mixed things about that. NBA games aren't really up my alley. However, obviously everyone knows that the season has been suspended, and that is quite unfortunate. So who knows? Maybe you want to get your virtual game on if you can't go on TNT and whatever networks to watch your NBA games right now. So $19.79 for that isn't all too bad by the looks of it. Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville is 50% off for $19.99. That's a really quirky little title if you're into PvZ and you want that multiplayer style of gameplay that some of the other titles have offered. That one will be right up your alley. However, how long has it been since the game has been out? It's been about 5 months, so sooner rather than later, it will be added to EA Access, so that is something to bear in mind. $20 for it, however, is a pretty good deal, again, given the fact it is just 5 months old, but it should be noted, it did come out at a budget price point of $39.99, not $59.99. Just Cause 4 is seeing a significant discount, 70% off for $11.99. That is really good, given the fact that Just Cause 4 has gone through a lot of improvements. Typically, when talking about Just Cause 4, I would usually say, hey, just get Just Cause 3, that's the game to go with. It's cheaper, and it has more content, and I would still say that Just Cause 3 is probably the stronger game, but Just Cause 4 has made enough strides where I would say it's a worthwhile game to play in its own right, and given the fact it's down to $12 more so than ever because of its low price point. I should also note that the Gold Edition is 70% off for $17.99, and then you do have the Complete Edition, which is 70% off for $21 if you want some additional content out of your Just Cause 4 experience. You can check either of those out. And lastly, we have Need for Speed Heat, which is 50% off for $29.99. Alternatively, the Deluxe Edition is 50% off for $34.99. Now, NFS Heat is probably the best Need for Speed game since, can I say, going back to Hot Pursuit? Yeah, it's been quite a while since we had a Need for Speed game at this level. I would say that the game is better than Rivals, and I thought Rivals was the last pretty good one. Heat is a really good one. It's an open world Need for Speed title, a lot of content, great visuals out of this one, and if you want a quality arcade racer with a decent amount of content, you're gonna find it here. But much like Plants vs. Zombie being an EA published game, I think sooner rather than later it will be added to EA Access, and that'll actually be a pretty notable addition to the service. I probably won't see that until the summertime, but hey, $30 for it for the game right now isn't bad either, especially if you're looking for a quality arcade racer. And those are all of the deals available on the flash sale right now. I believe the PlayStation Store is still running the double discount sale, so you guys can check that out. But yeah, not as many sales in this one comparatively speaking to the other sales the PlayStation Store has been running, and I actually don't recall if they're still running the games under $15 sale. It looks like they aren't, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but nonetheless, this sale will be running until March 15th, so just a couple days for you guys to take advantage of that, and then the double discount sale will be ending on March 18th. Alright, moving on from that, Final Fantasy VII Remake is right around the corner. Can you believe we're just less than a month away from the release of the game? And if you want to deck out your PlayStation 4, and why shouldn't you, there are some cool themes coming to the Final Fantasy VII Remake. The Final Fantasy VII Remake Twitter account illustrates today we're giving you a closer look at 3 dynamic PS4 Final Fantasy VII Remake themes. These aren't the only themes available, and we'll be posting more over the coming weeks. First is a free theme available from April 10th. If you download the FF7 Remake demo before May 11th, get on the demo already. I played it. It's a phenomenal demo. At the very least, download the demo so you'll get the theme free. That showcases all of the main characters of the Remake Part 1. It doesn't have some of the other characters that'll probably be introduced later in the series, but whatever the case may be, that theme looks pretty slick. The second of 3 dynamic PlayStation 4 themes that they'd like to show focuses on the city of Midgar in Final Fantasy VII and also features the main protagonist in Cloud Strife. This is probably my favorite of the themes that I've seen thus far. This is just a very, very cool look, and I really like that. That'll be available free for all PlayStation Plus users soon, so that's super exciting. And they noted we've shown off 2 dynamic PlayStation 4 themes today, and here's the third. The Sephiroth theme is available as a pre-order bonus with Amazon in the US and at various retailers throughout Europe. Stay tuned for a closer look at some other FF7 Remake themes in the future. So there's gonna be a ton of Final Fantasy VII Remake themes, and why not? Final Fantasy VII is such an iconic game, and I think it's the kind of game that people are gonna want to deck out their PlayStation 4. They want to get those cool themes running, and given the fact that a lot of these are free or they're available as pre-order bonuses or whatever, makes it all the more worthwhile. Now, can I get my Vincent Valentine theme? That is something that I definitely want. Let me know in the comment section down below which Final Fantasy VII theme you would like to see, because I imagine that they're gonna do one for every main character. Maybe we'll see a Red 13 one, maybe we'll see some of the other characters getting a significant theme as well, so be on the lookout for that, and I'll update you guys when they're actually available. Lastly, I do want to note that Platinum Games is developing an in-house Platinum engine, a new in-house engine to drive all of our creations. Platinum Games has updated the official website for its recently established Tokyo studio with a new interview with its engine staff who are developing an in-house engine tentatively titled the Platinum Engine. That's a perfectly apropos title, and I think they deserve an engine with their own name on it, because Platinum Games is so identifiable, so distinguishable, that yeah, an engine should just be called the Platinum Games Engine or the Platinum Engine. They noted, our research and development group finds the technical solutions we need to create thrilling next-generation action games. Now they're hard at work on the Platinum Engine, a new in-house engine to drive all of our creations below. Our engine developers talk about their process and how their approach differs from most in-house engine development. They also note that Platinum Engine is still only a working name for a new engine, and the final name may differ. Honestly, I would stick with it. I like that. Some of the developers talked about it. What's unique about the Platinum Engine? Omori noted it bucks a few recent trends in engine development. Tsuyoshi Odera noted, when people try to sell you on their game engine and what it can do, usually the first thing they do is tout its graphical capabilities, which makes sense since that has the most visual impact. But we're thinking of the engine we're building as a game engine through and through. Don't take that to mean we aren't giving graphical performance its due. We just think there are other elements that are every bit as crucial to making truly engaging AAA titles and want to give them as much emphasis, which I think is something that is paramount with all Platinum Games titles. Platinum Games titles are beautiful in visual style. Nier Automata, you look at a game like Vanquish and Bayonetta, going back to older games, those games were very, very visually impressive for the time period, depending on when these games came out. Wonderful 101 had a great art style, whatever the case may be, and that's just something at the core of Platinum Games, that they offer games with great visuals. However, the visuals aren't what we're going to talk about when it comes to a Platinum Games title. There are other studios, other developers where visuals are at the top of the priority list or at the top of the discussion point. With Platinum Games, the visuals are still there. However, it's always been about that high-octane action gameplay, and to add that to the core of the Platinum engine, I think that's a great idea because that immediately distinguishes themselves from every other engine on the market, and yeah, it would just give them something identifiable and distinguishable right off the bat. And again, really hope they stick with the Platinum engine because that name just makes all too much sense. So that's gonna conclude this video. Again, PlayStation Store running a pretty reasonable flash sale right now. 11 deals available as a part of that, with some good deals with Spyro Reignited Trilogy, Just Cause 4, NFS Heat, hey, NBA 2K20. If you guys are missing out on basketball season, that might be worth checking out. Final Fantasy VII Remake is getting some cool themes, and they're gonna be free, and Platinum Games is creating their own in-house engine, tentatively titled the Platinum Engine. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.